Nice that you watch Cultural Impact of Taylor Swift Part 4. Don't forget to subscribe. The concert industry shifted to a slow ticketing model after Swift, who is known for her stadium concerts and commercial dominance of the touring industry, first implemented it with the Reputation Stadium Tour, 2018. It replaced the selling out of tickets in minutes with a demand-driven ticketing approach that requires consumers to register in advance and allowed them to purchase tickets at any time and price level upon access. This meant higher ticket prices in the beginning and a gradual drop as the concert date approached, replacing momentum with consumer choice and experience, and bypassing scalpers. According to David Marcus of Ticketmaster, the model was initially criticized by journalists, who thought it was an attempt at camouflaging Swift's dull ticket sales following her unfavorable press in 2016. However, the tour was a sold-out success, surpassing the Beatles to become the highest-grossing North American tour of all time, after which critics favored the model. In November 2022, the pre-sale of the U.S. leg of the Eras Tour was mismanaged by Ticketmaster, attracting widespread public and political criticism due to the astronomical demand for tickets. With 3.5 million people registering for the on-sale program, the Ticketmaster website crashed within an hour of sale but still sold 2.4 million tickets, breaking the record for the most concert tickets sold by an artist in a single day. Ticketmaster attributed the crash to historically unprecedented site traffic. Fans and consumer groups accused Ticketmaster of deceit and monopoly. Several members of U.S. Congress claimed that Ticketmaster and its parent company Live Nation Entertainment should be separated as their merger led to substandard service and higher ticket prices. The U.S. Department of Justice opened investigations into Live Nation Ticketmaster and sued them, alongside several fans who also sued separately for intentional deception, fraud, price fixing, and antitrust law violations. Bipartisan members of the U.S. Senate Judiciary Committee censured the companies at a hearing, under pressure from the National Economic Council. Ticketmaster and other ticketing companies agreed to terminate junk fees, additional fees revealed at the end of ticket purchases. American legal scholar William Kovacic termed it the Taylor Swift policy adjustment for the 2023 concert film of the Eras Tour. Swift adopted an unconventional release strategy that directly partnered with movie theaters to bypass the major film studios. Critics viewed the move as an alternative to the distributor-exhibitor model of the film industry. She also broke the Universal Music Group boycott of TikTok by putting her music back on the platform after the label group pulled the songs of its artists' roster due to a lack of agreement between the companies. UMG subsequently signed a deal with TikTok. The Washington Post proclaimed Swift has an unbreakable hold on our increasingly fractured world and its discourse in a way that almost no one else can. Swift is widely covered in mass media, which has generated a range of public perceptions of her. She and her music have been referenced or used in numerous books, films, and television shows, a subject of incessant scrutiny in the press. Her relationship with the mainstream media has been described by critics as an example of the celebrity industrial complex. Swift is considered polarizing, receiving both favorable and unfavorable press throughout her career. She is regarded as a feminist figure. She has criticized the way media depicts women as her dating life, and disputes have attracted tabloid scrutiny and widespread online attention. She has been vocal about the impact of press coverage on personal health, discussing issues such as eating disorders, self-esteem, and cyberbullying. Various academics and journalists have opined that Swift's openness regarding these topics are crucial for raising mental health awareness. Additionally, Swift is often dubbed a millennial cultural figure, as well as a fashion influencer. The evolution of her style has been the subject of media coverage and analysis. She has reinvented her image and aesthetic throughout her career, matching respective album cycles with distinct themes, impacting fashion trends in the process. Her street style, in particular, has received acclaim. Authors regard Swift as the most powerful music personality in American politics, having used her fame to incite political action. Swift was the second most influential celebrity in Joe Biden's win in the 2020 U.S. presidential election, after LeBron James. Various surveys have deemed her a deciding factor in elections, one that can bridge the polarization in American politics. Swift has inspired a number of legislative proposals and laws. Swift has influenced numerous music artists across genres since her debut. Critics began noticing her influence on popular music in 2013, and credit her albums with inspiring an entire generation of singer-songwriters. Paul McCartney was inspired by Swift's artistry and fans to write the 2018 song, Who Cares? Various musicians were inspired by aspects of Swift's career, such as her work ethic and appeal. Swift's comments on artists' rights influenced Bryan Adams, Ashanti, The Departed, Snoop Dogg, Paris Hilton, Joe Jonas, Zara Larsson, Nicki, Offset, Rita Ora, Rodrigo, and S.A. Ashanti commented, "Taylor is amazing for what she's done, and to be able to be a female in this very male-dominated industry, to accomplish that is amazing. Owning your property and getting a chance to have ownership of your creativity is so important. Male, female, singer, rapper, whatever. I hope this is a lesson for artists to get in there and own." S.A. said, Taylor letting that whole situation go with her masters, then selling all of those fucking records. That's the biggest fuck you to the establishment I've ever seen in my life, and I deeply applaud that shit. Swift has been the most covered artist since the 2010s, replacing the Beatles, who were the most covered artist from the 1960s through 2000s. Swift also has been referenced or mentioned in songs by other artists. Examples include Eminem's Killshot, Drake's Red Button, and Tailor-Made Freestyle, Kanye West's Famous, and Carnival, A$AP Rocky's Taylor Swift, Cupcakes, Marge Simpson, Fletcher's Her Body is Bible. Awards show Taylor Swift by Bowling for Soup, I Wish, Taylor Swift by The Knocks, Total Entertainment Forever, by Father John Misty, Kitty's, Orion's Belt, Zahara's Taylor, and Evan Torbenfeld's Merry Swiftmas. Taylor Swift is the closest thing we have to the Godhead in We Only Live by Her Good Graces. She is the essence of the life force. She's keeping us together. If Taylor were to leave us, everything would fall apart. Outside the music industry, Swift has inspired authors, novelists, film directors, and screenwriters, including Sina Grace, Superman, The Harvests of Youth, Jenny Han, The Summer I Turned Pretty, Abby McDonald, Bridgerton, Jack Schaefer, WandaVision and Agatha All Along, and Jennifer Caton Robinson, Someone Great and Do Revenge. Canadian film director Shawn Levy described Swift as a culture magnet unlike anything I've seen. Mexican filmmaker Guillermo del Toro opined, Swift is a very accomplished director. She's incredibly articulate and deep about what she's trying to do, and what she will do. A number of actors find Swift inspiring. American actress Sadie Sink said Swift is among the people who shaped her professionally, helping her step into mature and emotionally complex roles as an actress. Swift has also inspired impersonators such as Ashley Leachin, Jade Jolie, and Taylor Sheesh. A number of romance and young adult writers have been directly inspired by Swift's song titles and lyrics in naming their books. Swift's close connection with her fans, Swifties, is considered unique for artists of her stature. Swifties have been described as a loyal fanbase with high levels of participation and creativity. Author Amanda Petrusik described Swifties' allegiance as both mighty and frightening. The fandom has been the subject of journalistic and academic interest. Critical analysis of Swift is referred to as Swiftology in the media. Two business scientists, Brendan Canavan and Claire McCamley. The relationship between Swift and Swifties represents postmodern consumerism. The fan frenzy, generally termed Swiftmania, has been considered the 21st century equivalent to Beatlemania by journalists such as John Bream of Star Tribune, who said, "Swift has achieved a once unthinkable monoculture, a Zeitgeistian redux of Beatlemania." As Swift has been a source of myth in popular culture, journalists describe her works, celebrity, and the fanfare surrounding them as a world on its own. Glamour and The Washington Post termed it the Taylor Swift cinematic universe. Entertainment Weekly called it Taylor Swift musical universe. In The Guardian, Adrian Horton said, "Swiftverse is a subculture of mass media cultivated by years of world-building and Swiftian mythology." While Alim Karaj and Billboard wrote that Swift turned pop music into a multiplayer puzzle, with a fan-base commitment that other artists have subsequently attempted to reproduce. Critics opine that Swift affects all facets of culture. In attempting to define and analyze her impact on various fields, a number of publications have generally termed it the Taylor Swift effect. Marcus Collins, professor of marketing at the University of Michigan Ross School of Business, described the effect as a network effect. He said that Swift's stature is such that when she does something people follow, she's influencing a group of people, and those people are influencing each other and other people. There's a network effect that's at play. Chris Bybee, in Yahoo Finance, opined the Taylor Swift effect could have an impact on your future business and investing endeavors, irrespective of one's own interest in Swift. Various phenomena have been attributed to the effect. According to Time's Sam Lansky, the real Taylor Swift effect is psychological. It has influenced people, especially women who have been conditioned to accept dismissal, gaslighting, and mistreatment from a society that treats their emotions as inconsequential, to believe that their emotions and perceptions matter. Kyle Chaker of The New Yorker coined the term Swiftularity to refer to Swift's cultural inescapability. Chaker opined that Swiftularity is a media funnel, siphoning toward an increasingly narrow set of subjects, wherein contemporaneous objects or topics in popular culture become part of Swift's influence one by one, ranging from politics and sports to technology like artificial intelligence. Hao Xu and Yu Zheng Li, academics in the areas of communication and marketing, opined that it's hard to think of a single artist that has had more profound implications on so many facets of contemporary life, from gender and fandom to economics, popular culture to politics, than Swift. Swift is a subject of academic research. Her artistry, fame, entrepreneurship, and societal impact are broadly the topics of scholarly media studies. In the New York Times article, Taylor Swift is singing us back to nature, conservation scientist Jeff Opperman opined that Swift's songs are filled with the language and images of the natural world, revitalizing themes of nature in popular culture after a reported decline in nature-themed words. Love Story, 2008, is amongst the songs studied by evolutionary psychologists to understand the relationship between popular music and human mating strategies. In explaining why Swift has become a subject of scholarly study, literature professor Elizabeth Scala opined that Swift's creativity is contagious and of particular interest to academics as she is a perceived bridge between contemporary and historical fiction. Literary scholar Burt stated, "Humanities ought to study culture, including the culture of the present day. And Taylor Swift is all over that culture," and claimed that future historians and anthropologists will study Swift's art, fame and reception to understand the contemporaneous society and deduce cross-cultural patterns. Fellow academic Green opined, "Studying Swift combines critique with feminist biography, and that her discography is, very bit as profound, significant and foundational as the works of novelists Anne Radcliffe, Mary Shelley, and Bram Stoker, posing the public with deep questions about selfhood and culture." Various higher educational institutions offer undergraduate and elective courses focusing on Swift. Many of the courses employ a dissection of Swift's work as an entry point into criticism, analysis, and broader cultural issues and touchstones. A number of universities, such as Indiana University Bloomington, University of Birmingham, University of Kent, University of Liverpool, and University of Melbourne have hosted academic conferences or symposia dedicated to researching topics of Swift's impact. In 2024, her lyrics were the subject of 2 questions in the University of São Paulo's FUVEST test, the foremost entrance examination to Brazilian universities. This was the video. Don't forget to subscribe. See you next time. Bye.